Let's go across to Pankaj now, who spoke to the management of Sesa Sterlite. The company had also come out with its third quarter numbers, and clearly the sales were down about 1.6% on a sequential basis, and PAT also fell considerably.
Yeah, I managed to caught up with the CEO at Sesa Sterlite, and I started actually by asking him that what is the impact of oil in the numbers, how does he see Q4 planning out, and if oil prices are lower, how can it impact the numbers? Let's listen in to the CEO of Sesa Sterlite.
Yeah, well, thank you for the compliments, because, again, we have had tough oil markets and tough iron ore markets, but, we have focused on those things that we can control on. That is our cost of production. That is increasing our total production capacity so that we can generate margins under any market circumstance. So the combination of a low-cost producing business, first and second quartile, and everything that we're in, plus the diversification, so we benefit from other commodities better, I think have delivered us a very solid set of results for this quarter, and I think positions us quite well, even in a challenging global market environment. We're very much, it's two economies we're working with. Here in India, everything's quite vibrant. The expectations are quite positive. The government's very focused on job recovery, job building, make in India. So we're seeing, increasing demand for our products in our home market, and that's all good news. But at the same time, on the global basis, commodities are on balance in a depressed environment because we have new supply coming in while the Chinese economy has been slowing down. So we've got to be able to manage our business between quite different conflicting economic signals. And I think we're very well positioned in that space. And certainly in the coming years, where these low prices, particularly in oil, will lead to less new supply coming in. Again, we'll see the tightness. Again, we'll see higher prices. We're going to be uniquely positioned with strong businesses and an even stronger Indian market.
Copper and aluminium business, that led the EBITDA beat. Can you take us through the performance there? You expect it to surprise on the positive side in the future as well?
I think that, first of all, in copper, notwithstanding soft copper prices, the conditions leading to soft copper prices being an increase in concentrates in the seaborne market have led to stronger TCRCs. And our business in Sterlite Copper and Tuticorin is only related to the TCRC business. So we've had strong margins, we've had actually strong production levels, good byproduct pricing of sulfuric acid. So it's almost a perfect combination of events leading to that business being as strong as it's ever been. I think on the aluminum side, we've over the past 5 years, we've invested close to $8 billion in new aluminum smelting capacity, new refining capacity, and new power capacity. And that has added to our debt burden. And that's the part of the business that we've had to overcome those investments by increasing production. We're finally now seeing the aluminum production increasing. We're getting new pots underway in Belco. We're getting new pots underway in Jarasuga. And in the coming year, we expect to again build up that capacity. So, in an environment where aluminum pricing, aluminum premiums are quite strong, I think again we're going to be positioned to take those investments we already made and put them to work with higher levels of aluminum production.
Right. The zinc business, the outlook is very positive. You as a zinc player, do you expect better earnings coming in from the ZIM?
About a year ago, I was speaking at a global conference in North America, and I was asked what was the market I was most positive about, and I had said zinc at that time. And certainly over the past year, zinc prices have been quite strong. And with the expected closure of many of the largest zinc mines in the world over the next 12 months, we would expect the markets to even be tighter, and then I think the prices to even be stronger in that environment. So we've been focusing on increasing our production from our Hindustan zinc business. We've talked about the conversion of that zinc business underground. And just a few weeks ago, the Hindustan Zinc Board announced the expansion of its open pit. So again, we'll extend that open pit for about another couple of years to 2020. And that's very well positioned in this rising zinc market. And I think it's important to recognize that Hindustan Zinc is the lowest cost producer in the global zinc environment. Meanwhile, overseas in Zinc International, we do expect to see one of our own own mines coming to its natural closure in Ireland later this calendar year. But then we expect to match that with the approval last November of the Hamsburg mine. And we're going to be then progressively building that up over the next couple of years. And again, we do like zinc. We're the second largest global producer of zinc in the world between our Zinc International and Hindustan Zinc business. And we should be taking that very strong asset, the very strong capability that we have, the strong market share in zinc, and even moving it to greater heights.
The 2.4 gigawatt SEL power plant that you have, is that suffering? What is the PLF over there? I believe it's less than 50%.
Yes, in our Jarasuga plant, we have not had the power load factors that we would like, partly because there's a surplus of power in Orissa, and also that we've seen a limit on the evacuation capacity of power from Orissa to other states. So as a consequence of that, particularly in light of these higher aluminum prices, we've been in discussions with the state of Orissa to take some of that excess capacity we have in the 2,400 megawatt power plant in Jarasuga and put it to work, putting new smelting capacity in our line number 2 at Jarasuga to work. So we would expect that over the next coming months, some of that excess power capacity we have in the 2,400 megawatt power plant will be directed toward increasing the number of pots and the amount of aluminum production from Jarasuga.
Right. How important will be the upcoming auction as far as Sesa Sterlite is concerned? What will be the participation level? Can you detail that for us?
I think that on a macro perspective, I'm quite optimistic about the fact that just having the auctions will be a stimulus to the overall supply-demand balance for coal in India. I think what we've seen is our businesses and many other parts of the Indian economy have been throttled back over the past 12 months due to a lack of coal in India and a need to be importing very expensive imported coal in an environment where the rail lines are already clogged up and there's just no carrying capacity on the rail lines. You're running out of coal wagons. So the more production of coal within India, the better all of us will be. And of course, we would expect to be reviewing all aspects of the upcoming auction, looking at it from both the IPP side and the CPP side. And I'd hope to be able to say in a month that we were successful in it, but it's too early to tell.
Thanks, Tom, for detailing us the Sesa Sterlite numbers that you delivered yesterday. That is the management of Sesa Sterlite giving a bullish outlook ex the oil for most of the other metals that they have. Let's take a break. Markets continue to be down, about 100 points down for the Nifty. Once we are back, focus on markets will continue.